You're listening to the Elias Makos Show on CJAD 800.
I die way before Methuselah, so I'll fight sleep with ammonia. And every morning we fight so red.
A little bit of Christine and the Queens. Track there is called Tilted. The French Act is performing at the Jazz Fest on July 8th and 9th. The 43rd annual Montreal International Jazz Festival kicks off tonight. The year's festival lives up to its name than in past years with a jazz-heavy lineup. Let's take a look at what to expect at this year's Jazz Fest. Maurin Auxéméry joins us, programming director for the Montreal International Jazz Festival. Maurin, welcome to the program.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. Tell me how you're doing. Is this like Christmas morning when you run programming for the Jazz Fest? Is this first day like Christmas morning?
Yeah, we've already opened the presents. We're ready to use them now.
Tell us about the presents. What are you excited about the most?
Oh, I'm excited about so many things. I think we have a very very exciting lineup. The first show tomorrow on the main stage, we're going to have the Franco-Lebanese trumpet player called Ibrahim Malouf, who's going to open the series on the main stage. And this is one of the most exciting show. We have Thundercat coming, but not good. To the comeback of Herbie Hancock, Robert Plant at the festival, Diana Krall. She's not been at the festival for 10 years now, so it's a big comeback for her at the festival too. And so many like smaller bands, up and coming artists that we don't necessarily know, but that you should check out, like Samara Joy, like Julius Rodriguez, like Andy Owens. There's good music everywhere.
How do you build a lineup? Because jazz can mean a lot of things to different people, and you can have stuff that maybe is jazz adjacent. You can try and broaden your reach because of your festival and you want people to show up. So how do you make that determination as to, true jazz acts versus things that are maybe adjacent, can bring more people in? How do you do it?
It's a balance of things. We're trying to look at the lineup, like the full scope of it, and we're trying to check every day what's going on and be, coherent in our decisions. Jazz is obviously the main thing at the Jazz Fest. And it's like logical. We're a jazz festival, obviously, but this is the basis of the programming, and so after that, we're trying to be to go for exciting music, for funky music, for music that people are going to enjoy. And sometimes you have a crush on an artist that is not necessarily jazz, or that is difficult to define, but it's like, okay, that's an obvious decision to bring that person. And tomorrow we have a singer from I think she's from Chicago. Her name is Danielle Ponder. She has like an amazing voice. She's more into the R&B side of music, but her story is just incredible. She used to be a lawyer, defending people who doesn't have money to get like a proper lawyer, and she had been working for maybe like 2 decades as a lawyer, and she was like, oh, am I missing something with the fact she was a good singer, but she never tried to have a career in in music. And then she decided to quit being a lawyer, and she decided to become like the singer she has always wanted to be. So, it's for us, it's like those stories are super important in the story of the festival too.
We're with Maurin Auxéméry, the program director of the Montreal International Jazz Festival. You mentioned before, well, it's logical. We're a jazz festival to have jazz acts, but let me point out, Ottawa has the Blues Fest. And I went there once last year, and it was Rage Against the Machine. And you look at the lineup, and boy, they're called Blues Fest, but boy, they gear a lot to pop culture and rock bands and that kind of stuff. Do you ever get pressure? Is there ever pressure on you to go after more pop acts than jazz?
No, not really. And what I'm trying to do is to keep that, the jazz very present in the festival. And I think we've been able to put more jazz everywhere, and especially on the main stage. We have more that, last year we had Kamasi Washington playing on the main stage on Saturday evening. It was like an incredible night.
I remember that. That was incredible. Yep.
Yeah, and the crowd was there. They were at the rendezvous, and it was an amazing evening. But this year we have Ibrahim Malouf playing. We have Domi and Jedi Beck. We have Thundercat. We have Bad Bad Not Good. Those people are from, they're jazzmen, or they're from jazz, and their music is clearly influenced, or the base of the music is clearly jazz. So that's one aspect that we're developing. And of course, people want us. People tend to tell us that we're not as jazz as we should be, and I think we're super jazz.
So let me ask you about the lengths you go to get talent that you want. Do you have a story about, someone that you've always wanted, or a particular artist that, was quite the feat to sign up for the Jazz Fest?
Okay, I couldn't hear you properly. Can you repeat the question, please?
Do you have a story about an artist that you've always wanted that perhaps was difficult to get, to convince to come to the Jazz Fest?
Yeah, there are so many. Every year. It's we're doing a job that is, mainly based on obsession, musical obsessions. One of the story I have is Anderson .Paak that we invited. That was in 2018, I think. I sent so many offers to the agents that at some point he told me, like, you really have to stop sending me offers. Don't tell me about an artist, and I'm going to contact you whenever it's going to be, willing to come to Canada and to Montreal and to the Jazz Fest. And like a few months after, he called me and he was like, "Hey, hello, Maurin. I think I'm going to realize your musical dream. I have Anderson .Paak coming over into Canada, and here are the dates." And we had like just one spot left on the programming. And that was the last night of the festival on the main stage. We couldn't secure our headliner on that stage, and he came up with that. And I was, oh my God, yeah, we do have a spot. Here's the spot. Here's the money. And we confirmed the show like in a heartbeat. And that was one of those stories where...
Wow. It's so great how things work out like that. Maurin, listen, have a great festival. I live downtown, and I'll be walking over at least a couple of nights. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Perfect. Have a good day, and come and see us at the festival. That's your festival.
Absolutely. Completely agree. That's Maurin Auxéméry, the programming director of the Montreal International Jazz Fest. When we return on the Elias Makos Show, I'll turn it over to you. I do want to get your take on rewards programs. Have you had enough with every single store requiring a card or some type of membership in order for you to get deals, discounts, and more? We'll discuss that coming up next.